well, you making me nervous.
Right.
I'm so nervous, I don't want to eat no more. But I do want to walk you to your car. What? So now you're just completely dismissive of her. But because she said she wouldn't just allow someone to do whatever they want to her and walk all over her, now you want to walk her to her car? What? Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Sugar, this is
Spice.
Today we will be doing a review of Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 5. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified whenever we do all our new videos. Matter of fact, go back and watch some old videos. We got a nice little catalog for you to tap into. Also, make sure you follow us on all our socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Sugar and Spice 88. If you can't find it, just go on our about. Our link tree is there. Boom, bang, pow.
Shout out to the people who was hitting us up in the comments on our last video, Season 4, Episode 4. We had a great time talking to you guys, hearing your thoughts and your opinions about all that's going on in these episodes. Please make sure y'all hit us up in the comments for this one because we have a lot to talk about today.
Also, make sure you check our reviews. We will leave the link in the description for the last breakdown so you can go check that out. All right, let's get it popping.
So we start off the scene with the ladies meeting in the ladies' lounge, and Tommy walks in and he lets us know we are halfway through the process. Tommy says, close your eyes. Think of the man that you want to go on a date with. Your number one, the one that you think about, the one that you want, and then you're not going to go on a date with them.
I'm sorry, what? They were like, huh?
Close your eyes. Now, think of the man
That's what I said now.
that is your second or third choice. Someone you won't normally go for. And that's who he wants you to go on a date with this week. So we start off the scene with Alexis and Ron. Alexis and Ron are going mini golfing. Alexis says that she's okay with not going with her first option, who is AJ, because she's already been on a date with her first option. So her and Ron have not gotten a chance to go on a date yet, so this is perfect for her. So
Alexis and Ron meet up for this mini golf date, and he scoops her up and picks her up in the air, and she said, that's how you do your number one.
Okay, girl.
Girl, can you stop? Can y'all stop with the number one, number two, number?
It's annoying.
Please, please. You're just dating. That's it. No more numbers, please. So then she says, you know, me and Ron have been communicating via text, and I feel like we have a connection. So then she brings up a conversation that they had on the phone, and she said, I know you had some concerns when we last spoke, you know, about me being a woman of faith. And he says, yeah, I don't really, you know, have a spiritual background. You know, I kind of live like a rock star. And she was like, oh. But then it's weird because then she goes on to say, see, that's why I'm attracted to you.
She got that priestly king vibe about you.
Girl, what?
Oh.
And she says, I feel like you can lead me and I can follow you and not be too much concerned on the path which you're going to take me. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What?
I'm confused.
So Ron also asked her who her, you know, oh, well, you know, how's the process going for you? And she says, well, I am also interested in AJ, but I feel like he's a playboy, so I feel like I'm trying to get away from that. But Ron just told you that he lives like a rock star, and you said that's why you're attracted to him. So are you trying to get away from the playboy type or not? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what she was trying to say with that. It was just confusing to me.
She says in her confessional that she's concerned with Ron because she wants to know where she ranks with him. Is she still his number one? Alexis said,
you're so annoying.
It's so problematic.
It's like, what?
Alexis says Chrysanthemum is gorgeous, but does Ron want a trophy wife or does he want somebody that he could build with? Girl.
What a weird statement.
Why do you think Chrysanthemum has no substance? why do you feel like he can't build something with Chrysanthemum? You are not in their relationship. Why are you putting her on a level of just superficial nothingness?
Oh, he just likes her because she's cute.
Yeah. Why are you?
So are you saying that you have substance that you don't have the looks?
Right.
That's why it was like a weird statement to me. Like, oh, so you don't feel like you could also be a trophy wife, and you feel like she has no substance.
Why is she?
But who told you that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, where did you get that from?
Ron says in his confessional that he thinks Alexis is a catch. He thinks that she's very attractive. He actually likes that Alexis allows him to lead as well. And he also says that he feels like they could be a power couple.
I don't understand why there's this obsession with number one, who's ranking number one, number two. It is an obsession with other women as opposed to strengthening your bond with the one you have a connection with. Why are you talking about other women on your dates?
Stop doing it.
Stop. You look crazy.
All right. So now we move on to Amber and AJ. So they go on a date, and Amber, straight up, she says, AJ, I get Playboy vibes from you. You know, I don't really know how genuine you are with this process. And, you know, AJ says, hey, like, okay, so who's in your top? Like, who have you been looking at? And Amber says she's been looking at Chris. She's been looking at Ron. And AJ's like, oh, so, well, I'm not even in the mix. And it's like, yeah, no, you're not. Like, you've never had a conversation with Amber. You haven't reached out to her. She hasn't reached out to you, so why would you be in the mix? Amber says that she feels like AJ doesn't come off approachable. She said that she feels like he comes off arrogant. So then Amber says, okay, well, if you decide to move forward with me, I will match that energy and we'll see if something can form. So then they, you know, decide to make a bet that that's how they will proceed going forward. So we move on to the next date, and it's Chrysanthemum taking Chris out on a date.
Chris and Chris.
Yes. So Chrysanthemum goes to her confessional, and she says she is uncomfortable with Ron having all these options while she only has one. So she's trying to explore and see if she could create another connection.
Need a backup plan.
Yeah. They really treating this like a game.
It's really
more than not.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. And so Chrysanthemum opens up, and she lets Chris know that she was born in Italy and that she is Italian.
Girl, you say you're Italian
I'm Italian, and I am Italian,
with
and
that
I was
country
born
accent.
in Italy. And that's how I'm Italian. Like, girl, she loves to say she's Italian.
Oh my God.
And not for nothing, I have no issue with you being Italian. I have an issue with you having to reinforce over and over and over and over again you're Italian.
Saying what? That's better than what?
It's really coming off like you're trying to say you're better than just being black.
I'm premium black.
Right.
It's very cringy.
Chrysanthemum says that she just met her dad 6 years ago, and this leaves a opening for Chris to open up and say that he actually wasn't close with his dad at all. His dad denied him for majority of their relationship, and he was in and out of his life. And then he got a call one day and found out his dad passed away. Chrysanthemum says that her mom is not very affectionate, so she's not very affectionate. And in the confessional after this date, Chris is saying that he feels like Chrysanthemum is attracted to him maybe 70%, you know, out of 100. And Chrysanthemum is saying, yeah, it's true. Like, it's something there, but it's not really nothing romantic there. So, you know, Chris is saying that at the end of the day, he's still going to rock for Amber. That's his number one. And that's who he wants to put all his focus on.
So next up, we have Amber and Joel. At first glance, it didn't really seem like there would be much of a connection. That was kind of like an odd matchup to me, but the date actually kind of went well. So Amber meets up with Joel, and Joel said,
hey, baby, look at you. Oh, you heard me? Look good here, you hear? I can't.
So he asked her for a kiss on the jaw. Do I have permission to kiss you on your jaw?
Kiss you on your jaw.
And she's like, I mean, I guess. So he gives her a kiss on the cheek. She said, maybe I'll give you a kiss on the cheek back if the date goes well. So Amber asked Joel, does he want to remarry? And he says, absolutely. He says that even though it was really hard losing his wife, he never stopped wanting that companionship. So he knows that that's what he wants. He asked her, how do you feel about dating a man that's 10, 11 years older than you and that already has kids. He's looking for that mother. He's trying to look for the mother. So she says she would never try to replace their mother, but she loves kids and she's fine with being stepmommy, and you know she has a nurturing, caring, loving spirit, so she's cool with it.
He said normally you wouldn't catch Joelle run around behind no 31-year-old, but Amber's mature for her age. She knows what she wants. She knows who she is, and he really, really likes that. He says that he still likes Bernicia too, but you know this is hard for him. So you know she's trying to make it work. Amber says she had a really, really good time on a date. She kisses Joelle on the cheek, and she goes to her confessional. She says she feels really bad for kissing him because you know she likes Chris and Chris is her number one. I'm sorry, Amber. Joelle is a way better option than Chris.
He is. I'm so sorry. Also, not for nothing, shout out to Joelle for knowing about consent.
Right. So, yes, he asked before he did. Yeah. Appreciate you, Joelle. He's a gentleman. Jason and Liz go on a date. So they're going out on like a Ferris wheel, carnival kind of amusement park date. Jason walks up and he sees Liz and he's like, oh, she is fine. Which she is. Mm-hmm. And Liz gets right to it. They sitting down. Liz asks him, how do you feel about sex before marriage? Jason started lying. Talking about some.
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool. Yeah. Abstinence, celibacy. We got this. We got that. I've been there, did that. Like, you was a damn lie.
You know good and well.
Jason.
When you seen Liz in that dress at that masquerade
celibacy
ball.
Was not.
With some things stinging. No. You was not thinking about nobody's celibacy.
Lying. Talking about it would be a struggle, but we could. No, you cannot. Use a lie.
You know you trying to bust all types of moves.
The whole reason why y'all have a connection right now is because of the physical.
Sorry.
That's what y'all are based on. You can call Michelle Obama all you want. She wasn't looking like Michelle Obama in that dress.
Prior to her wearing the dress, you were not checking for Liz her way. So stop it.
Yeah, please. So then Liz is saying like, you know, oh yeah, you know, because I don't want to be in a relationship for a long time. I want to get married. My goal is marriage. How you feel about marriage? Liz, let me tell you something. I understand you're 40 years old, but you trying to rush into a marriage, it's like one thing is not better than the other. Having sex before marriage and rushing into the marriage, like both things could work out bad.
Either way, you can put yourself in a bad position.
Yes.
So you want to be married asapidly,
right?
Fast forward, and then possibly be divorced by the time you're 41, 42?
Girl.
Why would it's okay.
So it's okay to take your time. Like
at least get to know the man.
If you cannot practice abstinence before marriage, just say that and be real with yourself. If you only want to date for 3 months and get married, girl, like what are you doing?
That's crazy talk.
That's worse than having sex. Because now you're in a legally binding agreement of marriage.
You could be with somebody for 3-4 years and find out stuff about them after the 4 years that you did not know. Thanks. So you dating somebody for 3 months is crazy talk.
She pretty much just said, I'm ready to spend no time in a relationship and I want to jump into marriage. And it's a no, Liz. That's not how you do things.
Absolutely not.
It's not the righteous way. It's not the godly way. I don't know what kind of fake faith, jump the gun, skip steps thing you got going on here. That's not how it works. It's problematic and it's dysfunctional. Okay, so then they go on the Ferris wheel. And, they're all cozied up. And Jason just leans in and takes that first kiss. Lord, Jason. We just talked about consent previously with Joelle. I mean, I guess he was feeling the vibe, but to me, I don't feel like Liz was ready for that kiss. I don't feel like she was prepared.
She was there in that space.
Yeah, I don't think it was. She expected it. I think it came off kind of. I feel like she wanted the kiss. She was okay with getting the kiss, but she just wasn't ready for it. So then they get off the Ferris wheel. They have a good date, and then he goes in again for another kiss. And, they walk out holding hands. So I'm assuming that she had a good date.
Everybody was cool with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So now we move on to Kyra and AJ. AJ is standing outside the restaurant. He has a bouquet of flowers. He opens the door for Kyra. He walks her into the restaurant. they go into a private room that AJ has reserved for just them two. Candles everywhere, flower petals, you know, nice dim lighting. Like, he did so good, like setting the scene. Kyra says that she feels like AJ is a wild card. AJ goes into his confessional and he's just like, nothing can go wrong on this date. He's really trying to dig himself out of the hole that he dug himself from their last date that they had. They play Never Have I Ever. Kyra asks, have you ever been in love before? So AJ says, yeah, plenty of times. So from that point, she says, okay, well, if you've been in love so much, why did those relationships end? Why did those relationships end? Did you effectively communicate your needs? AJ says he felt like he did communicate well, but he doesn't know how effective he was within his communication.
So she says that, you know, effective communication is very important because there's no point in both sides just constantly talking and no one's hearing each other. He says, well, there's always a point in talking. She said, you feel like there's still a point in talking if both parties are not hearing or understanding each other? Yeah. Is it?
Oh my God. It's crazy.
It was certain points in the conversation where I was like, are you guys even having the same conversation? Or are you not listening to what she's saying? Because his answers were like a little off and like slightly generic and vague.
Right.
So it was like, either I'm not really interested and I don't want to be here and I'm not really paying attention to these questions because I don't want to answer them. Or it's just something a little off about you. I don't know, because it was a very weird beginning of a date to me. So
yeah, and then Kyra goes in her confessional and she's like, you know, this is what she's talking about. Like, when it comes to AJ, their communication is always stifled and always a little off. So then at that point, AJ decides to get real. I feel he got real at this point. He starts talking about his childhood. He says that he was giving a lot of dependence and autonomy as a young child. And so because he's so used to just being dependent and taking care of himself, being independent and taking care of himself, he just, you know, it's hard for him to be interdependent in a relationship, which I felt was real. And then from that point, they both say that they're going to let their guards down. And then they both share a kiss on the cheek. And it seems like the date was a success.
I feel like Amber's assessment of AJ was correct because she said that, you know, because it's weird to me that he gives off so much cockiness and arrogance, but at the same time, he doesn't give confidence to me because when he's talking to these women, he doesn't really seem too sure about his answers and the things that he's saying. It's just kind of like, I'm just going to say what I think you might like kind of to hear and see how that goes. It's very weird. Yeah. So I feel like her assessment might be correct. The fact that a lot of women might find him attractive. And so he never really had to develop that skill of being able to talk and speak effectively and communicate effectively with the opposite sex. So when he's in a conversation, his conversation just ends up being kind of dry.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what's going on here, and why he's not really building a super strong connection with any of the women is because he doesn't even know what to do at this point. He's like,
he probably just doesn't know how.
Right.
He's used to getting what he wants based off his looks alone.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good point. So then we move on to Dedrick and Bernicia. And Dedrick asks Bernicia, you know, what's a day? What's a regular day for Bernicia like? Bernicia says, you know, I'll take my kids to dance. You know, I run some errands. I'll, you know, take them to choir practice. I work. You know, that's pretty much what my day is like. It's a little busy. And he says, okay, well, do you even have time to have a relationship? And she's like, yeah, I do have time. I'll make time for whatever I want. You make time for what you want. And it's like, Dedrick, why are you asking her dumb questions? At the end of the day, if she didn't have time for a relationship, why would she be here looking for a relationship?
Y'all, these men in this communication, this very surface level, basic. Talk about something else.
Say something that matters. About her. Yes. Like, what are you grilling her about? Is she ready for a relationship?
Just like when he was in the spice store with Tressa, Beaver Booty Hole,
just shut
and
like,
Imitation Vanilla. Like, where's the
know
substance?
How to conversate. Yeah.
Hello.
So then, from that point, Dedrick asks Bernicia, "What is your expectations in a relationship?" Bernicia keeps it very simple, very short. I expect a man to lead. I need a man that is a leader, that's confident, and that's a leader. That's what I need.
She said, I need you to lead the household.
Right. Lead the household. Dedrick looks at Vernisha and he says, okay, well, do you feel that I exhibit those qualities?
This is the first time we really seen you two talking. This is your first date. Why do you feel like she knows that?
Why would she know? You know what a leader is going to say? A leader is going to say, yes, but that's what I do.
That's the
and
role
that's
I
what,
take.
That's the
what
role
I'm used to doing.
That's what a leader says. Yeah, well, I'm a leader and this is why. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Here we go. Like, why are you asking her if she feels like you might be a leader or not? Are you a leader or not? You tell her what it is. I swear. Y'all want to be in control and be men and alpha men so bad, but then when a woman asks you to be a leader, where the hell you at?
Don't know where you going.
Like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna take us there. Hop in the car. Missing all the exits.
Where are we going?
Making all the wrong turns.
Leading
Don't know
us
where the heck you going.
Leading us down a ditch. Don't even know where you're going your damn self. And expect to lead me somewhere. Vernisha says, I don't know. I mean, this is what the whole process is about. I'm hoping, like, you know, I'm looking to see if those qualities are within you. So then Dedrick says, you know, you a tough one. And Vernisha says, I'm really not, though. I'm really not tough at all. And he says, yes, you are. You are tough. And she says, no, I'm not. I'm just zero tolerance. And then he says, well, that's tough. And she's like, no, it just means I won't let a man do whatever he wants to me. I'm just not going to allow anything to happen. Like, since when is having expectations, standards, and, you know, just basic self-esteem tough?
You asked her what her expectations or requirements were when she gave them to you. Now she's too tough. Do you even know what you want?
Vernisha is like a damn gooey gummy bear. Like, she literally said, I want to submit and allow you to lead me. And she's tough.
That was literally her point in the conversation. I need you to lead me. She literally said those words to you. You tough out of nowhere.
How is she tough?
What?
What is tough about a woman saying, I'm willing to be submissive and allow you to be the head of the household and lead?
She said, yeah, I've been holding down my household, but I would love for a man to come in and lead me. But she's too tough. Where did you even pick that from? What? I was like, again, are y'all in the same conversation? What's happening? Is it editing or did they cut something out? Because I was so confused. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Then he's so dismissive after that point. Oh, well, you making me nervous.
Right.
I'm so nervous. I don't want to eat no more, but I do want to walk you to your car. What? So now you're just completely dismissive of her. You just say, yeah, we have a connection and I really like her and all this other things and you're attracted to her. But because she said she wouldn't just allow someone to do whatever they want to her and walk all over her, now you want to walk her to her car? What? Are you okay? Are you okay, Dedrick? Are you okay?
He's not. He's not. Okay. What? So now we move on to the ladies' lounge. And Alexis starts talking and she says that her and Ron went on a date. They went to mini golf and that she had a great time. And that, you know, she was nervous because she felt like she wouldn't know how they would be in person because they talk on the phone all the time. But it was magical. And, you know, he said I'm his number one, right? Oh, my God. Chrysanthemum is just like, girl, you know what? I understand that Chrysanthemum goes in her confessional. I understand that he's saying that she's his number one. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm his number one. Whatever they got going on is what they got going on. Whatever we got going on is what we got.
That's the attitude y'all need to have.
That's what y'all need to be. That's what y'all should have been doing from the beginning.
From the jump.
Right.
I don't care what they got going on. She's not me.
All right.
So I'm going to focus on the connection that we have. I'm going to build that up, make sure it's real strong. And then she going to be so worried about me. She not going to be doing that. And then we going to be like this here.
Amber said that she had a date with Joelle. And Tommy automatically calls her out. She's like, you're gushing right now. Amber's like, you know, she really, really had fun on the date. She got a kiss from Joelle at the beginning of the date. She kissed him back at the end of the date. And Vernisha is feeling away.
But she didn't say on the cheek either. She was like, yeah, we kissed.
Oh.
She never said on the cheek. So
That's
I'm sure
true.
when Vernisha heard it, she was like,
A kiss?
yeah.
She ain't said they kissed on the jaw.
She sure didn't.
So then Kyra explains her date with AJ, and she lets everybody know that AJ pulled out all the stops for her. There was candles, there was lobster, there was, you know, lighting, and it was everything. And she enjoyed it. He redeemed himself, and Alexis is just like,
I know, she was like, so let me get it straight. She gets lobster, private room, and candles, and all me and you did was make some daggone candles.
Right. She was mad.
She
was pissed. So then Liz talks about her date with Jason, and Liz opens up that they kissed when they was on the Ferris wheel, and you know, she really likes Jason. So then Kyra gets real spicy in her confessional, and Kyra is like, at the end of the day, I'm very competitive, and you know, whatever she's saying is what she's saying, but I'm coming for everything she's saying. And it's just like, girl, you was just on a whole romantic date with AJ. And now you coming for everything Liz is saying? I don't know. These girls, they got me.
And that... So do all the women just not take Alexis as a threat at all? Is that what's happening?
What do you mean?
Because when it was, it's like when Alexis is in the picture, Kyra wasn't bucking like that.
No.
And remember the chrysanthemum thing? Remember when he started talking about Alexis, chrysanthemum and Stacey was both like, why?
Okay.
So it's like,
yeah. So then Tommy asks, who are y'all not feeling? Radisha brings up her date with Dedrick, and she's like, the food was delicious. That's about it. I mean, she just goes on and tells the ladies that she doesn't feel like he's a leader or he's like, confident. And a couple people second that motion. Then they bring up Chris, and, Kyra brings up that she has friend zoned him. Alexis seconds that motion. A couple other people are like, yeah, he's more of a friend more than anything. And then they bring up AJ. Well, not for nothing, Amber came for AJ's neck. So as soon as they broke up Chris, Amber was feeling some type of way. So Amber was like, AJ's arrogant. AJ, he ain't about nothing. He's playing the game, coming for AJ. And lo and behold, Alexis comes for AJ too.
Alexis, girl.
Y'all gonna let me listen.
So you were just
he was just your number one.
He was just the one you were gunning for. If you guys, make sure you guys watch that video of the deleted scenes that we review. Yes. In the deleted scenes video, she said that AJ just gives her butterflies.
Oh my God.
So he went from giving you butterflies and you have such a great connection with him. Now that you mention it, Amber, I don't even like him for real.
How?
What? That confused me. I was like, what?
You know what it was, right? Y'all know what it was. Alexis is mad that AJ pulled out all the stops to Kyra. In Alexis's mind, she already lost Jason to Kyra. Mm-hmm. So Alexis is saying that AJ is her number one. God forbid she loses AJ to Kyra. She has to save some face. Her ego can't take another hit like this. So what she in her mind is saying, I'd rather eliminate AJ completely than lose him to Kyra because my ego cannot take a hit like that. All right, so it's decision time. And Dedrick is matched up with Kyra and Alexis is matched up with AJ. And Dedrick says that, he's excited to be on this date with her. And Kyra lets him know that, a lot of the ladies feel that he is hot and cold. Like 1 minute he's into them and the next minute they're not so sure. And she feels like that he's a little bit too guarded. Alexis is with AJ, and Alexis lets AJ know that, she hasn't heard from him in a couple of days. And, where has he been? And he lets her know that, hey, yeah, it's been hard to get a hold of you. And Alexis like, hard to get a hold of me? What you mean? Like, where you been? Alexis says that makes her feel like he's not that interested in her. And then, like, he starts bringing her in close, and now Alexis can't think.
He said, oh, snap. This is about to be elimination. Let me
yo,
do a little,
he churned it
hey,
up.
girl, hey.
Yeah, he churned it up because he didn't want to get let go. And not for nothing, you could see it. Like, Alexis likes AJ. She wants to keep him here. So why would you say he's in your bottom?
It just doesn't.
You're literally
because the minute he
mad.
showed her a little affection, she was like, "Oh,
you can't even think."
Woo, what were we talking about?
what was I saying?
And not for nothing, it just shows that AJ is just the type to kind of just really do the bare minimum, like
yeah,
and then try to make it seem like it's on you, like just like he did with Amber. How did we get here to the point where me and you never talked? Because you never approached me, you never pursued me,
right?
Why would we be talking?
Where would
and
we
then
be?
Alexis says she doesn't hear from you in a few days. Yeah, how did that happen? Boy, if you don't,
I don't like it.
I can't.
Kyra tells Dedrick that because he hasn't been making that many connections and because he's so guarded, that the women have made up their minds that they feel that he is not ready to love. Then they go over to AJ. And Alexis is like, you know what? I got something that I need to do. I gotta let him know what the girls was saying. So she goes and she says, listen, a lot of the women think that, you know, you're playing the game and that you're arrogant. Alexis tells AJ, like, you know, at the end of the day, you was at everybody's bottom. But the women have decided to keep you here and that you're still ready to love. And AJ is like, whew. He's so happy that he's still able to be on this process. He even sheds a tear. And I don't know.
AJ is weird.
I'm very confused.
I cannot get a grasp on him.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we leave it off this time, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Leave in the comments, who do you think out of the ladies is going home next?
Yeah,
it's really narrowing down now.
It is. It's getting pretty tough. I feel like it's gonna be somebody who only has one connection. Whoever has one connection is gonna definitely be in jeopardy. So
that's a lot of them.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you can know when we drop a new video. And also hit us up on our socials. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at SugarSpice88. And we look forward to seeing all of you in our next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
good energy.
Today we gon' share
good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline,